So a friend of mine named KJHovey has been telling me for a while now, over the past couple of weeks, that I really need to try out No Land Beyond and a sidearm as my loadout. He says it's a ton of fun, so I finally caved after I landed this Jabberhocky sidearm out of an engram the other night. And mine came with Zen Moment and some other crap. And I was like, how effective can this thing be? So I haven't really used sidearms since Vestian Dynasty first hit. And that thing was a piece of garbage. So I kind of had my doubts. But turns out the guy was right. He rarely is, but about this he was. So I took my No Land Beyond and my Jabberhocky into the Crucible. And surprisingly, on my very first match, I had we ran out of medals. So it won me over pretty quickly. So hopefully, I know this isn't like this isn't a build that you're gonna take into like competitive matches or anything like this. This is really just a fun loadout. This isn't something I'm saying, hey, use this loadout and you'll find that, man, you're gonna play amazing. That's not necessarily what this is about. It's just gonna be a really different Crucible experience for you. And hopefully it'll be a lot of fun for you, because I know that I was really having a blast, especially when I ran in with Apex Chris and Fama from Resolute, and the three of us all together were using No Land Beyond with sidearms. And it was just a ton of fun. We were just cracking up half the time. And then sometimes you make these big plays and you feel pretty accomplished. And surprisingly, my KD for the day using this combination over the course of like 10 matches was, I think it was like 3.48. So overall, it treated me really, really well. And a lot of that comes with having a lot of experience using the No Land Beyond. As you guys know from my previous videos, you know, I've been using this weapon for a really long time. It's one of my favorites. It's just a fun challenge weapon, and it's actually pretty effective if you can use it well. And it's interesting now that they removed that inner ring. It just looks different. It looks weird to me, but it's still effective. I think I kind of liked it better with that inner ring. I know that the sights were a little more obstructive, but I just got so used to it, and now it looks a little foreign when I ADS, which obviously I don't like. But anyways, I'm having a ton of fun. You know, really, sidearms are a lot more effective than I thought they were. I wouldn't say that they're anywhere near OP, not even remotely, but they are really, really effective, and they're a whole lot of fun. And so you'll see in this video, a lot of times, if you choose to roll with this loadout for any reason, if you just want to have fun, you want to have a challenge, which I recommend that you do, because it makes you think in a few more dimensions. So for example, one of the things you'll see a lot in this video is it'll have these moments where I have to close a gap, because obviously sidearms aren't effective at range. You need to close the gap. So I'm using NLB when they're a ways away, and even if I don't get a headshot, sometimes what you'll see is I'll get, watch this, I'll get the body shot, and then I'll need to close the gap. But this guy's hard scoped, so you have to be creative about how exactly you do that. So I slid through that doorway so that while he's hard scoped, if he does take the shot, it's going to go over my head, because obviously I'm assuming that he's got his sights set at head level with his sniper rifle. So I'm going to close the gap. I know that if he's using a sniper rifle, he doesn't have a shotgun, so I'm going to close the gap, slide under his firing line, and then as soon as I come out of the slide, I actually jump up. And that's just going to confuse him even more. So I do that move a ton, where I will slide through a doorway, and then as soon as the slide finishes, I will jump straight up. And that's just to further disorient opponents, do anything you can do to throw off their target acquisition. And that seems to be a really solid move, slide and then jump. And these things are decently accurate from the air when you're using them within the effective range, which is pretty close. So it doesn't lose a lot of its accuracy when you're in the air at point blank range. You can still land as many shots as you need to. I was really kicking myself. I was one bullet away from having the team wipe here and having the third kill be a guy who was golden gun, and that would have been pretty sweet. But I choked on it. If I just had one more bullet in the mag, I would have been able to make it happen. So do I recommend that you use this loadout? Absolutely. You know, and I started out using it on my Warlock, and I use it with my sort of close quarters build I have going on my Stormcaller. Basically, it's all about melee and grenades, and there's a ton of abilities in the Stormcaller skill tree. that cater towards regenerating and restoring your melee and grenade energies. So I stack those things and use the Havoc Pigeon or the Jabberhocky with the NLB. It seems to work really well, but then Hovey was telling me on Twitter that I need to try it with the Hunter, because with the Night Stalker, with all the mobility buffs that you get, and with the invisibility, the Vanish and Smoke, you can be really, really effective. So I took his advice, and I did just that, and it was highly rewarding. It was both incredibly fun, just because A, you have a lot of different mobility options, and B, the Vanish and Smoke, you just feel dirty, Vanish and Smoke, and then slide around a corner with it, and then close that gap with your sidearm. And it's just a ton of fun. So I know this is sort of a impromptu, not super tactical or technical build here, but I may give like a full breakdown on how to best use this. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that this is a fun combo, and you may enjoy using it if you need to switch things up in the Crucible. And I know that I kind of did. I was feeling kind of like in a rut, you know, because there's no, with Trials being delayed 2 weeks later than it was originally going to be, which is a huge bummer to me. Like, I really dislike that. I know that they did what they had to do, but for me, I'm just so burnt out on all the PvE grind, and then having to do hard mode before Trials was a bummer to me. And Iron Banner to me really isn't enjoyable. I do it for the loot, but I don't have fun with it because I don't like 6v6. So I've been feeling like there's no purpose to PvP right now. And the lack of Trials has been a big factor, because that's really the thing that keeps me, you know, really grinding throughout the week. And that's my motivation to get stuff in PvE too, because I need to get leveled gear for Trials. But without Trials there, I just don't have that incentive. So I mean, I haven't even been leveling up my gunsmith, just easy stuff that only takes a few minutes. I haven't even been doing that. And the lack of Trials is kind of the main factor there. So hopefully you try this build out. Let me know how much fun you're having with it, or if you're having zero fun at all with it, that's possible too. But look forward to on Fridays when Trials starts back up next week. Myself, KJHovey, and the Manigator from Resolute will be going through Trials, and we may end up using this combo if No Land Beyond can still one-shot to the head if your light level is high enough, which I'm hoping that it will. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Kind of impromptu, but hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed the gameplay. And we'll catch you in the Crucible, guys.